Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The paper I'm presenting is a result of our joint work with these two ladies, Professor Petzold and Dr. Korens from the University of Technology in Ilmenau. We've been cooperating for several years, and we presented also, I think, the first such common paper, joint paper with Mrs. Petzold exactly at the University of Cape Town several years ago. So, what is pre-announcement of new products? I was in Saalfeld Museum in Germany, and I found such interesting thing. What you can see is electric washing machine. This is electric washing machine. You wouldn't believe it, yeah. And this is the pre-announcement to it. Very technically oriented pre-announcement. Big difference between pre-announcement and advertisement. This is what is sent to the customers and potential customers before the product launch, and advertisement after the product launch. And advertisement concentrates more on the result of using something, you know. This is already something more contemporary. Zajko is a very successful IT company in Slovakia, especially in the field of navigation systems. Well, they've been successful worldwide, and this is pre-announcement of their cooperation with Ford Motor Company. And the last example, this is Apple and the way how they pre-introduce their products. All the details are here. Learn more. Yeah. And they are very good in pre-announcing and also in advertising their products. What did I do? Okay. So, knowing whether and how to pre-announce is very important competency for long-term innovation. And it helps to boost the penetration rates. What am I doing? Okay.
Sorry.
Probably tired. Since this is a paper about Germany and also about Slovakia, just a short snapshot of the situation and comparison. Germany is one of the innovation leaders, over average, you know, this is the summary innovation index, yeah, over 100%, but rank 7. Nordic countries are leading in this field. Nearly more than 99% of German companies are SMEs, and nearly 90% of them are micro companies. As you will see, this is a similar situation like in Slovakia. The big difference is that more than 60% of German companies report innovation activities. And the biggest innovators are pharmaceutical industry, electrical engineering, measuring technology and optics, and automotive is number 3. Slovakia is among the moderate innovators, ranked 22, under average. As far as SMEs and micro companies, a similar situation, but only half of the SMEs report innovation activities. And it's interesting that in services, they are more active in innovation than in industry. Maybe what's interesting are the innovation barriers for Slovak SMEs. First, high innovation cost. Then many of the SMEs don't have in-house resources for innovation, difficult access to external resources, and high cost of IPR. So, speaking about product innovation, which is the topic we are concentrating on, we must see that there are very high failure rates of these innovations, ranging from 40 to 70%. And this is due to lack of innovation and the missing experience of consumers. They don't have enough innovation to be able to evaluate the innovation. So market launch preparation is absolutely crucial in this field. So first of all, what's needed is correct communication policy of SMEs with computers before the market launch. And as we could somehow conclude, there are no specific guidelines for SMEs on how to use new product pre-announcement, and this is the reason what made us to write this joint article. So this is also the purpose of our article, to fill in the gap in the NPP literature on this, in this field. And first of all, we try to define what's an NPP, then why it is necessary to communicate to consumers by means of NPP, components of the NPP, how to design the NPP, and recommendations for the SMEs in this field. Speaking about NPP, and this is our definition. The timing aspect and content aspect are quite important, and we defined it as consumer address and deliberately planned communication measures made by companies in the form of information about the product innovation before its actual physical market launch. The only way how to cope with the pre-announcement successfully is providing sufficient information to the consumers to receive the risks. What kind of risks? Too high consumer expectations due to unrealistic promises in NPP. Then expectations which were built by the NPP are not met. The big problem is also delaying communicated date of market launch. So NPP should, as the task number 2, prevent consumers from buying competitive product. They should prefer waiting because they trust in our innovation. And very important thing is receiving feedback about the product innovation still before the market launch. So NPP enables to deal with the product innovation in an early state. Yeah? Another task which is important, generate awareness about the product innovation well in time and help computers get prepared for the product innovation. It's also very important to make a decision about the date of launching, about the date of NPP, depending on product innovation degree and complexity. So these are the elements of an NPP. First, contact elements, text and pictures. As far as text is concerned, headline is of key importance. Formal elements like font, picture, text relations, colors, language, placement, format, size. This is especially important in the current age of internet marketing. So we should be clear, what do we mean by information type when speaking about NPP? This is like technical, price information, launch date. What are information properties? Contract, concrete or abstract form, positive statement, negative statement. And very important property is information quality, which is trustworthiness, consistency and comprehensibility. And then, as far as information content is concerned, we are talking about the level of information detail. Well, this is the result of our analysis of the literature and our search for some guidelines for the NPP. So very important thing is that consumers should be addressed as far as their needs are concerned. So it should be focused and SMEs must know the needs. And speaking about this, we should distinguish between person-related information and addressing directly consumer needs and showing them how product can satisfy them. Then technical and financial information, which, as it's clear from the literature and practice, has a lot of positive effect upon the adoption. intentions of consumers. Very important among this information is also brand-related information, because it decreases insecurity level of consumers. And then 3, emotion-related information.
You should now come a little bit to the end.
Yes, so I just come to the recommendations. First, as I mentioned, SMEs should identify and interpret consumer needs first. Second, they should carefully consider and design the information about the product to be communicated, to make a selection, and to achieve awareness knowledge well in time. Timing is an important factor. Yeah? Improper timing can really ruin not only the innovation but also our already products in the market. Then person-related information should be very strongly communicated in the NPP. Brand-related information is very important in this respect, if we can have it. Technical and financial information, less important. The information properties and their qualities must be presented in an unambiguous and consistent manner. 6, the way how we show the information to the consumers affects the imagination of consumers. So that's why it makes sense to represent person-related and technical information in abstract manners and financial information in concrete manners. As far as contact elements, context, product description, and headline are very important informations to be conveyed to the consumers, especially the headline. As far as colors, pictures, context is concerned, this is just framework. And maybe the last moment, before making a decision about an NPP, new product pre-announcement, we should evaluate the pros and cons of it. Like, well, we want to be first before the competitors and stimulate demand. Or we should be there not to cannibalize our existing products. Yeah, delays are really deadly as far as this is concerned. Yeah, NPP can also confuse our consumers on one way, or it can encourage customers to delay their purchases and to wait for our product. Yeah, so these are the aspects which should be taken into consideration when preparing NPP. Thank you very much. That's about all.
Okay, thank you. Marian, are there any questions?
Regarding the internal conflict, would there be problems if staff members want to leave the company and join the system?
What do you mean by, you mean competitors?
Yeah.
Well, of course, it can cause some problems. It depends who is it, what kind of information they have.
Yeah, do they have to sign another?
But you know, if the innovation is a really good one, it shouldn't have a relevant consequence to the potential or real consumers, because they cannot somehow say untrue information about our innovation.
Can say a lot of untrue information.
I have another question. What does it mean in consequence for the companies and for the technical communication? Because the new proposal means that, of course, they have to change the way that they're working in general. Yeah. For example, the technical communication in a big company.
You mean communication of technical information in new product announcement? Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
So
this has consequences in my perspective for a company. They have to change, of course, also their system in the technical communication.
It may or it may not. It depending on the current situation. What we are trying to do is to summarize the recommendations which make sense. You know, having analyzed all the literature and to fill in at least a bit the gap which is here in this field.
And then to define it for every company.
It's up to each company. You know, if they are interested in such output, they can learn it, and it's up to them whether they think that they are the best, or whether it makes sense to learn also from the others.
Oh, okay, thank you. If there are further questions, I think we should wrap up to the end. And I would like to
Thank you very
invite
much.
Thank you.
Wum now to take place for his presentation.
It's a new field, or you're doing